Hello, brothers and sisters. I'm like, no, welcome to my page. My page is about common sense, and I try to keep it down to the nitty gritty, to the gist, to the core, to the fact. Okay. Research and documented. I am also specialized in many different fields without degrees, and of course, most people may consider me sick or a buffoon because of the way I look. Okay, simply not because of the words I speak, because of the wisdom I speak. So the wisdom I speak, they don't like. They don't listen to the words. They're looking at my appearance. They're too distracted. But if you have any comments, insults, or suggestions, you put it down below and I will get back to you. My pages are not intended for the public because most of the public are fools. And as you know, since I am like Jesus, I do not want you to be crucified. But I'll keep my mouth on the hush-hush and make sure I do not tag my pages and put my mentions up there. If it gets too many hits, like thousands and millions of hits, then I'll probably pull that shit down. Because I know a lot more people ain't gonna like it. It's just hardcore facts. But anyway, to you brothers and sisters of light and dark, welcome to my page. This video is going to be about a woman's scorn. A woman's scorn. A woman told me that there ain't no hell's fury than a woman's scorn. I said, you're full of shit, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Where's your mother at? Who told you that shit? Who told you that? If a woman tries to attack me, I'm like, I gotta understand something. Wait a minute. I play chess, right? So I'm the logic side of the board, while the woman get all of the power. So the person who created the game, you can know psychologically, assumes the position that he is a weak man. Because he created the power, all of the power almost to the queen. Because me, I switched the game. I switched it and the man has the power to move forward like the queen. And the queen can move half the spaces of the king. How about them apples? I altered the game. When I play chess, I don't play like that because that's illogical. Once the queen is gone, 50% of the power is gone. Okay? But you're supposed to have 70% of the power when you play chess, right? So let's get this facts out of the way here. Statistically, we know that men who attempt suicide, okay, are successful at it, okay? While women, on the other hand, who are more likely prone to more psychological problems than the man, attempt it but fail. Statistically, this says this, and I'm like, logic, okay? So I'm like wondering why. Why is there more women who's three women to one male, right? But out of the 3 women, 2 women are more likely to be more sickness in the mind than the male. Okay. It's a crazy world we live in, right? Right? Okay, so you got the feminist movement. You got all these movements. And then you got the Negro movement. The Black Panther Party. That's another subject. I'll talk about, I just made my own fucking another video about that. The Negro movement. Okay, but I'm going to talk about that. That's a race issue right there. If you think I'm a racist, you get the fuck off my page. I'm a sexist. I'm not a bigot. But a woman's scorn is nothing. You ever heard of James Brown? Who loves James Brown? A woman destroyed that man. Or maybe he was mentally ill because of a woman. Maybe he was mentally ill because of drugs. Who gives a flying monkey's ass? But guess what? That man should have been having multiple wives. But I read that he was having multiple affairs. But all of the women he messed with had mental issues out of the crazy kazoo. So that's why most of his songs are the shit. Okay? He's a male chauvinist to his core. Okay? So, it's a man's world. But the woman only make the babies. In so many words, that's what most of his music is about. But anyway, a woman's scorn is basically psychological. She uses things that's indirectly helping and assisting her. She'll get some outside help from some brother. You'll get an outside help from from the system itself, the Commonwealth system. But you gotta understand something. See, you see Bill Cosby, how he was pulled down? Okay, he was a player back in those days. He should have killed all them bitches. But he didn't, okay? But this is a disclaimer. I am not responsible. I'm just trying to tell you my opinion of it. But if you fuck with me, I know if I see you, I'm coming after all of you motherfuckers, okay? It's a disclaimer. I could just be running out of my mouth. But I'm not stupid, okay? But you know what? A woman's scorn works like this. I'm going to tell and call the cops. Okay? A woman would never do things herself. She would never kill you. She would never stab you. Now, there's some white women, most likely, that will kill you. And I told you in the past video that if you deal with a white, the more white you go, the more likely you go thrown in jail. I got thrown in jail because of a mulatto chick. Okay? And that was this hearsay. Okay? But never a black-skinned chick. So you understand, I was in the hood. I was there in the hood. Never was thrown in jail by a black chick. But I got in trouble a few times with some light-skinned mulatto chicks who kind of looked black. All right? But they wasn't black. Okay? You understand? Wink, wink. Okay. Now, okay, you got these women, okay, who are the feminist movement, who don't know how to beautify themselves or be feminine or docile for the stronger, wiser men, who says, I can do a whole lot more damage. And I'm like, wait a minute, okay? Don't you think there's more men who play chess in the world than women? That's just a fact. Isn't there more facts that says that video games and coordination is on the man's side and driving skills and everything? That doesn't make sense. Where did that come from? No hell's fury than a woman's scorn. What's the wording is? No, it's not. Okay, now let's get this fact out of the way. As we already know that there's more white people in America than black people, right? Okay, we got that out of the way. So we know how the ancient past of the white man was when they was trying to do that kingship like they was doing in Africa. That's the European people coming over to Africa. We gonna do that shit right there. The medieval times. You know what I'm saying? We got mistresses, because if the wife can't have a child, we got a mistress, so we're gonna try to knock her up and get some babies. King Solomon, okay, you get what I'm saying? We're gonna try to copy off these Negroes, okay? Because that's how it was with the Zulu tribes and all of the black people, okay? Alright, they ain't no gay shit over there, okay? So, next thing you know, okay, off with your head comes off, okay? Off with your head started with the man, okay? So if you disrespect the man and the bishops are sitting there, they chop your fucking head off. And then Queen Elizabeth, they got that shit, and then it spread to Queen Elizabeth, because she was the mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of all? Okay, and it spread mirror, mirror on the wall, off with your head. So now that time is past now. Well, fast forward to the future, right now, okay? Now we got women disappearing at 5 minutes under the sex trade, drugged, sexed up, and there's no hell, no fury than the woman scorn. What are you talking about, women? That doesn't make sense. Men are using you, okay, for money, for a monopoly, okay. They have realized they overcome that shit. When the Chaos Project came out in 1940s, between the 1940s and 50, not the domestic version. I tell you, I said this before. They said, oh, we the white men now. The black man is not free. They're still in bondage. So we, living in the 1950s and 60s, we have the golden age now, where the white woman was in the house. But the oligarchy was like, wait a minute, how can we monopolize on this motherfucking shit? How can the northern white man monopolize on this? We're not talking about the South and the rednecks, the Confederate flag. We're not talking about that shit here. But they say, okay, I know that those rednecks want to sleep with their children, and I know a lot of motherfuckers who are basically white with the Pope are gay as fuck, and they love to fuck children. So let's get all the motherfucking fuck fest and free every motherfucking body and get paid while we do it. That sounds like a big business right there, right? So the women fall for the feminist movement because the Chaos Project is meant to set up that downfall for the women, not for the men. So the women's running around, we want equal rights, we want equal. Well, the white man was like, yeah, we don't give a fuck what happened. We know the outcome because they thought about it 15 steps ahead, right? So what happens to women? They disappear. A woman disappears every 5 minutes while a child is born every 3 seconds. Right, women? Your sleep boxes, coochie boxes, I don't want that shit. Okay? The crab boxes. Okay. Your pussy's more valuable than that. So you win two ways. Either you know how to use it and be a prostitute, and if you don't know how to use it, as a matter of fact, okay, women disappear every 5 minutes because of the fact that, you know, some of them are loudmouths, okay, so they end up dying very quickly, or they're being sold for sex trade, okay, or you're just plain ugly and you just ain't getting no ass, okay, or no dick. So you gotta use dildos. So now, you know, the man's fury is higher because it's a psychological backfire from all of what the women want. Peace and love to you, brothers and sisters of light and dark. I could talk about this, and so I'm blue in the face, or black, or jet black like the Nigerians, or the Zulus. You know I'm a half-breed, okay? Y'all women gotta get off that high horse. If you're subservient, and if you don't, see, the Muslim people got it made, man. The Muslim people, yo, they got their religion that's putting fear in people's asses. Ah, la, 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 la. That's a religion. I got to make a video on that shit too. I got it right here. I supposed to, see how much shit I got here. I got so much shit that I have to talk about, but I didn't get a chance because my daughter, she's over there playing with baby dolls and trying to stop up the baby's hole with saying the baby can't shit no more. I got lots of things to do. But I'm not really looking for YouTube to make me successful in this life, okay? That I've already have a premonition, okay? The premonitions usually come true for me, but for you, I don't know what to say, okay? But y'all women gotta stop saying there's no hell fury in the woman's soul. You got the Commonwealth, of course you got it. You got Planned Parenthood, okay? So now you're backfiring in your own psychology. You can't attack the man from his root. Because the true white man, the white man is all across the world, they got root everywhere. White man, the Caucasoid man, 70% of the man, Latin, Anglo-Saxons, come on now. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of wise women out there who was in the ancient past also. Like Jonah the Ark, okay? Powerful white woman, stood up for Jesus, but she was delusional, okay? But you gotta understand, that religion shit is destructive. And since there's a lot more women in the world than men, okay? You gotta understand religion, it comes from that weakness. It's called emotion. Emotion is only supposed to be used for sex. That's the energy, that's the womb, that's the egg, okay? That's common sense for your ass. And like Dusty would say, logic, motherfucker. Logic, okay? But, of course, I'm not taking his page. I'm not interested in that shit, okay? I'm just trying to tell you, ain't no hell's fury than a man's pain. Not scorn. Because men, you know what? As a matter of fact, when men go to court, they tend to lose the passion. What's it called? The passion of the heat. Where they would claim and say, I ran over my wife because she was caught cheating. Okay? They tend to lose more than the woman. So if the woman was in passion of the heat, okay, then she usually wins. That's just terrible. A woman has capability of filing child support even without the signature or notification of the guy that she thinks she slept with. Or she assumes that she slept with. The system is fucked. But guess what? There's a backfire. You don't understand the psychological energy behind that shit, y'all women. Alright? But there's no hell's fury scorn than a man's in pain, okay? So let's get those facts out of the way. We know it. This is over 10 minutes. Peace. Have a nice fucking day. And get off the high horse, okay? Peace.